Hello, everyone. Informal conversation with professionals from all walks of life. As you know, we all born and brought up from different places in this world, and we completed our high school, college, and professional studies, and now we are working in different industries. During our professional journey, we have seen, we heard, and we experienced so many things, and there are some very important life lessons that we learned from our professional life. So sometimes we thought to ourselves, it would have been nice if we could share those, lessons to the next generation, so they can, build and refine their career goals, so they can prosper in that particular field. With that in mind, we have professionals from different fields share their the lessons learned through this video series. So with that, we have Mr. Justin Joseph join with us. Mr. Justin is a senior engineer working for Lockheed Martin. Justin, we are very happy to have you on this program. Welcome, Justin.
Thank you so much for having me. Just to share a little bit about myself, my name is Justin Joseph. I'm living in the New Jersey area, and I'm working as a software engineer for Lockheed Martin.
Okay, thank you, Justin. Justin, would you tell us in a brief and high level what is your, education, where you flew from school, college to professional studies?
Sure. Throughout elementary and middle school, I didn't have such a good grasp on exactly what kind of job I had wanted to go for. And even in high school, I was thinking that I might go for pharmacy initially. But during my time in high school, I was able to join a robotics team and also take several engineering electives in my high school courses. And that had led me towards engineering as a major in college. So I ended up going for electrical engineering with a focus on computer systems. So it was very much similar to computer engineering or electrical and computer engineering. Sometimes they combine as ECE. So that was my main focus throughout college. And eventually later on, after starting work, I also took my master's in electrical and computer engineering as well.
And next is, would you tell us, about your work, where you worked before and currently you're working, those details?
Sure. So during college, I actually had one internship with Verizon in California. And that role was nice to be able to get first-time exposure to the work environment. And there were a lot of cool engineering aspects as well there in telecommunications that I had learned. And then after college, graduating, I went straight into the role at my current company. So I've been working there for about 6.5 years. I started as a developer, mostly focused on C++ for what they call real-time embedded applications. So you're very much working with code that has to function accurately, but at a very fast pace. And so that was my first role in the company. Now, several years later, my role is focused more on machine learning applications. And so that's been very rewarding because it's very innovative. So there's a lot of cutting edge tools that we're using in that field now. And throughout my 6.5 years, my focus has been mostly in radar. So that's kind of my area of expertise.
Wow, that is very great and very highly technical, and you build a strong career, Justin. So would you tell us, I'm very curious to know some of the work style, or the personal attributes, which you think helped you to, achieve, to prosper your career?
It's a very good question, especially for the young engineers starting out. There are several kind of areas to keep in mind when you're starting out in a new role to be effective in your role. So one of them I would say is having a strong work ethic. I think especially coming from an Indian background, a Catholic background, I think it helps to be able to have a strong work ethic in the work environment. Sometimes as an early engineer, you might have this temptation to just get away with doing the minimum for your role and trying to get by that way. But it certainly makes a difference when you go above and beyond just what is the minimum required for a project in your given role. So that might be something like taking leadership and doing more presentations than what your manager might ask of you. So trying to go out of your way to do more demonstrations and presentations in front of a customer. Or it might be taking on not just one technical task, but 2 or 3 from the list that your team is working on so that you can better your skills. So any way that you can take on additional work and show that you have a good work ethic and follow through all the way to completion on those tasks will definitely help to show your manager and your teammates that you're serious about the work that you do. And in addition to that, I would recommend taking notes as well. I had found that particularly useful starting out early on is building this habit of taking notes, especially when your tasks get more technical and you might not be able to keep track of all of the details in your mind. It helps to get that captured on paper or digitally so that you can retrace your steps, especially if you're troubleshooting through a problem. You can retrace your steps through your notes, and at the same time, you can give updates very easily if you capture your notes for your manager to show during your performance reviews the tasks that you completed, as well as for your teammates the different problems that you've encountered and how you overcame them. So being able to take notes and being thorough with your notes definitely goes a long way.
Wow, these are all very, very. I like this, Justin. Even some of them I do as well. Which is very, valuable points for these, young engineers. And finally, I know you during your professional life, right? I'm sure you must have came through so many challenges. Can you tell us some of the lessons that you learned, which you would like to share to the audience?
Sure. One lesson that I've learned in recent years, especially, is that it's important to have a good work-life balance, in the sense that you should certainly be involved with different activities outside of work, but you have to be careful not to let those affect your workplace timing. Punctuality is very important in the workplace. So where there is a time to be involved with leadership activities outside of work, and even work-related activities, it's important to make sure that they don't impact the feeling that your teammates get from your commitment to certain projects. So some easy ways to maintain that work-life balance are maybe leaving your phone separately from your workplace or away from your desk. In my workplace, it's kind of required in certain facilities in order to do that. So that certainly helps with remaining productive and focused. And also when you're at home, what you can do is kind of break down your timing into blocks. So it helps to block out your schedule. So whether you're in the office or at home, being able to plan that for the next 3 hours, I'm going to work on project A, then I'm going to take a break, then I'm going to work on project B for 2 hours, and then you can catch up on anything else remaining afterwards. Being able to block up your schedule in that way certainly helps so that you can remain focused on your tasks.
Wow, that is, very interesting, Justin. So I'm sure this will be, very valuable information for the, next generation engineers. So, Justin, thank you for sharing this information. Hope, these valuable tips will help the young engineers. So with that, let us stop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.